Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here doing a do for you. I got a nice lesson of the book today for you that I picked out something real nice and intellectual so you can get a good understanding about yourself through meditation. Let's go. A little tidbit. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message and story for life. The numbers say you tuning in. I appreciate you. If you like what I do, let's get it going. I appreciate you too. Right thinking mission, that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. As the right thinking master, all my right thinkers should know themselves through knowledge and education and enlightenment from the teacher. Why? Let's go. That's why I'm here to do what I do for you. Knowing thyself is the goal for all right thinkers. So my job is to get you the information to make that happen for you. So let's do this. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them on the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Maya, be true. Right thinkers, we're gonna talk about. I mean, I'm coming up to the last few pages of the book that I told you we here. But I started from the last chapter, and we're going to the title is called Right Think. Let's talk about. Here's some tips for formal meditation practice. Yeah, I'm a practicing yogi, and meditation is a daily practice that I've been doing for over 10 years now. So I'm know a little bit about it. So let me give you the book breakdown. I got mine, but this is from the book. Again, I can always tell you mine, but sometimes I think the book do what it's do. Let's go. First of all, understand this. Through the process of meditation, you, the meditator, lift him or herself up where? Beyond ordinary consciousness. And what? Discovers the transcendental realm. And finally, who? The absolute. We call God the absolute, okay, in meditation mode. This is the diagram of meditation. You see it goes from gross, with the man sitting there with the chakras going, superimpose the chakras on him, next to the subtler. That's when you're thinking. And it gets even subtler when you're thinking. The highest level is, you see it says, Pa Nada Virtue, the self. That's the title for God. Okay? Conceptual. They understood that. They practiced it. I'm just laying it out for you from their perspective. Tips for formal meditation practices. What are they? First of all, you begin, excuse me, excuse me, by meditating for what? 5 minutes. My teacher, Sadi Guru, the mystic, he meditated, he went into the meditation mode. Now I'm saying 5 minutes, that's what scratch started because it takes a little while to get up to it. I gotten maybe 40, I haven't meditated an hour, okay? So I haven't got an hour of just sitting still. No, didn't get that far. Okay. My teacher, who I listened to, practice stuff that he take, he went in meditative state 11 days. It's almost unbelievable. But yeah, when you do that, if you can pull that off, I'm listening to what you got to say. And pretty much everything come out of his mouth is profound. Why? He's at a whole nother level. Trust me. That's what meditation takes you to raise your conscious level to a whole nother level. I did that to show you. Now let's get back to us. If he put 11 days in, 11 or 13, I forgot. But We can't get an hour. I can't get an hour. I'm saying I'm speaking for myself. That's bad. That's tough. But let's go with this quick lesson. All right, so let me give you a real breakdown of how the power of meditation could elevate the consciousness. That's the purpose. Now the key is, 5 minutes each day. It says 5 minutes each day, and you do what? Gradually build up the time according to what you're comfortable with. The key is what? Consistency in the time and the place. Every morning, I got my spot that I do what I do in. I got my shrine, I do what I do in. So I have a routine. Everybody's different, you don't think. But nature inspires us to what? Establish a set routine to what? Perform our activities. First thing in the morning, I have my routine. The sun rises where? In the east, and sets where? In the west. Where? Every day. Routine, it ain't changing. The moon's cycle is every 28 days, and the seasons change approximately, at the same time of the year. When? Every year. Again, nature is put on a schedule. She ain't breaking her schedule for us or nobody else. Understand that? When you do that, you mimic nature by putting yourself on a schedule that don't let nobody break. That's the concept. Watch this. It is better to practice for 5 minutes each day than what? 20 minutes one day on and no minutes the next day. That's wrong. It won't work. That's like practicing right thinking today and don't practice tomorrow. It won't work that way. Okay, it's a continual, and that's what it does. You get better by what? Continually doing. Do a formal sit down meditation whenever the feeling comes to you, but try to do it when? At least once a day. I'm not telling you meditate. No, once is enough to get started. Why? Because you have to gradually get comfortable doing that. It's new to you. Preferably between what? 4 and 6 a.m. in the morning. That's where I'm at. A little earlier, but or 6 to 8 p.m. Your choice, morning or evening. But understand this: do not eat for at least 2 hours before meditation. The body ain't ready to do what it do because it got food digestion is still doing its thing. So they tell you to give you a little window. That's another important thing. It is even more preferable to what? Not eat 12 hours before. If you are faster, I fast. That means 12-hour increments, you go without eating. That ain't hard to do. Some people do it, or some people do it unconsciously, don't even know it. Why? Because if you're busy doing something, you're just going by. But if you focus and understand it, you're getting what? Closer to your higher self. My pastor told me he been on an 8-week fast. I told him, my man, it's obvious something going on. Why? Because you preaching your butt off. But you on fire. And that's because his connection with God, his meditation time, his putting the fasting time in, he's getting closer to God. And you can he exudes that. I love that. Okay, so he's religious, Christian, devout. Okay, so it don't make a difference what religion you profess. The makes the difference is the way you do what you do. Okay. Now, for example, you eat nothing except what? Only water. My favorite, tea. All right. After 6 p.m. until what? Meditation time when? At 6 a.m. 12-hour increments. Okay. In the following morning, do not meditate when? Within 24 hours. Listen to this, young people, of having sexual intercourse. The body is still going through other changes. That's natural. So you don't interrupt the body flow or the function of the body by putting it in that position. They tell you that's what you need to do. Okay? Meditation alone in morning, meditate alone in a quiet area. Personally, Jesus told you the same thing. Now, in a dimly lit room, I can do that by cutting my heater on, the lights to go down. Candlelight is adequate. I don't do the candle thing. Understand that. I don't do candles. Incense, I ain't big on that either. Okay, but those are things that go along with meditating and having your little shrine. I don't get involved to that level. Some, watch this, do some light exercise. That's mine. That's my thing. Example, chai kung or some yoga exercise, a little stretching, a little jumping jacks, just something to loosen the body up, get it moving. Before meditating. Why? And then, okay, then you say heka. affirmations, words of power, prayers, mantras. I talk to my ancestors. That's my okay. Whatever you do, that works for you. I'm telling people, you do what works for you. That's right thinking philosophy. Why? It ain't what I say, it's what works for you. Now you're thinking right. Hello, that's the concept. But for a few minutes to set up positive vibrations, you get the conversation going, you're talking to God, you go into prayer mode, then you burn it. Your favorite incense, which I don't do, I just told you, is a good way to set the mood. I don't need that. You keep a ritualistic procedure. I have that. My Bible there, I got everything I need over there about what? The meditation time. Then you do things in what? Slow, deliberate manner, concentrating on every motion and every thought you perform, every idea, every thought that comes to your mind, you really focus on that. That's what meditation is for. When you're ready to focus the mind on one subject, excuse me, one object, one symbol or idea, such as the heart or hotep, which means supreme peace. If the mind strays, bring it back gently. Gently. You don't freak out. You just ease it back to comfort. Patience, self-love, and self-forgiveness are the keys here. To be better, you have to go inside yourself, recognize yourself, and for all the wrongdoings, even forgive yourself. So these are things that you can do. The power lies in you. Well, he man, that nonsense. But yeah, they was all those are just telling you things that you can do. Okay, all of a sudden, gradually, what happens? The mind will not drift towards thoughts or objects of the world. That's when you're getting better. You want to block out the world. You want to block out everything that's going on. You want to go within yourself. You want to touch that God, the higher self. Now, what's this? It will move towards what? The subtler levels of consciousness. I'm pointing up because you want your consciousness to rise. Okay? Until what? It reaches the source of the thoughts. And there commune with that source, aka the self. When you go into meditation state, you're going to try to find God within yourself, and you will find him. If you're trying to find God outside yourself, you will never find him. So what that tell you? Okay? Meditation is the way to commune with your higher self. They knew that in Asia. They knew it in India. They still practice it to the day. So it haven't changed. Okay? This is what the desired positive movement of the practice of meditation. Why? Because it is from where? The self that all inspiration, creativity, and altruistic feelings of love come from. The self is the source of peace and love and is who you really are. If you go into the meditative state of mind, that will become more clear to you. The more time you spend in meditative mode, the more things you'll become to understand from up there. That's what our Akashic records are. Not in some library, not in no, just in you. Right quick, a real quick phrase. In the 46th chapter or the 46th verse in the book, it says, "Thy beauties take possession of and carry away all hearts." Eyes see beauty. When it sees the register, watch this. And love for thee makes all arms to relax. You see it, you get comfortable, okay? And thy beauty, what? Form make the hands to tremble, and all hearts melt at the sight of thee. They're telling you, when you recognize who you're looking for, all those things will happen within you. The verse, I'm about to wrap it up. This verse is related to the verse 24 and 31 above, wherein what? The self, when turned to, is what? The source of all fulfillment, all peace, all contentment. Not out there, in there. When a spiritual, enlightened aspirant attains what? Even a small glimpse of the divine, aka God, what would happen? It is a transformative experience, aka mystical experience. Even when a religious follower had that mystical experience, it's the same thing. They've done something to make it happen. They put themselves in position. In Masonic order, we teach you, I can't give you something until you put yourself in position. They know that when you do God. That means stay focused and pay attention and be ready. Moving on. The mind, which has been previously interested in what? Worldly things, monetary things, okay, is now what? Captivated by the wonders of what? The divine self that they found in themselves. I hope you're getting this. I'm bubbling over because it makes so much sense to me. Last one. This verse is pointing out to a specific form of what? A spiritual practice we call yoga of devotional love. J1 5. That's one of them. What's this? It consists of what? Understanding and directing the feelings and emotions towards who? The divine self. You see me pointing up. Who abides where? In all creation. When you love something, you put that object first. If you were to love God, wouldn't you put him first? I'm just saying. Even before you what? Your own desires. Through the process of what? Sublimation of your own desires and directing the mind towards what? The divine. What happens? Excuse me. The ego self begins to what? Diminish. And this process allows the mind to soar among the sublime feelings and thoughts of devotion, which leads to what? Wisdom. And like two wings of a bird, you as a spiritual aspirant is led from faith to knowledge and then to experience the divine, aka know thyself. That's the lesson. I hope you got something out of it. It was a point to get you to understand little tidbits about meditation. I'll be back with another lesson for you, the title being spiritual realization. I'll be back.